What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another legendary episode of your favorite legendary Rantz. I'm your host, I am legendary, and today we are digging into Joseline Hernandez versus Big Lex. Yes, the fight after the fight. We're talking all things the fight. But before we talk about this fiasco, make sure you comment down below. Make sure you like this video and make sure you subscribe to the channel. So, for those of you who haven't seen by now, after the fight with Floyd Mayweather and some Hispanic boxer, there was a situation with Big Lex and Joseline Hernandez backstage at this fight where we saw Big Lex topless, a wig cap showing, and Joseline um, attacking her over and over and over and over again. Now we saw Big Lex swinging a stiletto heel at Joseline, at Melissa from Love and Hip Hop. And y'all, I'm just confused by this situation. Now, I do know that these two ladies definitely have beef, but I did not expect to get on social media the other night and see this take place. Now, for those of you who don't know, Big Lex was a contestant on Joseline's Cabaret season 2. She actually was one of the breakout stars of that show. And so her stardom helped her receive her own show on a network called Now That's TV. And so I think a little bit of the beef stems from that. Big Lex taking her show to Now That's TV opposed to continuing her working relationship with Zeus. And so I do know that online there's been a back and forth of Big Lex alleging that Joseline allegedly uses the white girl in the powder donuts. Now, for those of you who have seen the video, Joseline definitely looked like she was on some type of substance that night, allegedly. And it was just crazy, right? Um, Big Lex also alleged that Ballistic wanted her cootie cat, which I'm sure Joseline wasn't too happy to hear. Right, we know Joseline don't play behind her man. We learned that from Stevie J back in the day on Love and Hip Hop. And so, y'all, this is just a messy situation. Now, Big Lex did say in an interview that she wanted to pull up on Joseline, put the pause on Joseline, all the above. But the opposite took place this night. And now I see a lot of people, dragging Big Legs for talking a lot of trash, but not backing it up this night. Now, we did see multiple people involved in this melee, right? This was not just Joseline versus Big Legs. This was Big Legs versus the Hook with Joseline with the drugs allegedly, right? Because Joseline wasn't going down, y'all. I know she had to feel that stiletto to the back of her noggin, and it just was like nothing. She was eating them like fruit snacks, right? Just eating them. And so last week, the crazy situation between Joseline and Amber Rose aired on College Hill. Now, we were not shown the fight. And I want to say to BET, thank you for not showing us the fight, because I definitely think that these two ladies are mothers, regardless if it would have made good TV or not. This situation didn't make me feel good. But this was just last Thursday that this situation aired. And so now Joseline is yet again in another situation. Y'all, my feel for Joseline is that she may be blackballed sooner than later. Because as we know, Joseline for the past few months has been in multiple situations. There's been talks of lawsuits. There have been talks of retaliation, all these different things that just provide her negative press, right? And so this situation just took place last week. And I had somebody say to me, "Oh, Amber Rose attacked her." Well, watch the show and figure out what happened. People who are just talking about this from social media but haven't watched the show, I really have no patience for. It's like if you watch the show and you saw the build up to what took place in this situation, you would know that Joseline was not innocent at all. And now, granted, I'm not condoning physical violence because I think both parties were wrong. But there has just been a pattern of jostling and toxicity, right? And so this was last week, and now this week we're in the situation with her and Big Legs, right? Now, last year, during Jocelyn Cabaret season three's reunion, there was a situation between Jocelyn, Amber Ali, and Ballistic. Now, Amber Ali claimed she was going to sue Zeus Network, she was going to sue Jocelyn, she was going to sue Ballistic because she was kicked and injured. She was in the hospital, recording from the hospital. She said Jocelyn had boots on, kicked her, bruised her ribs, injured her ribs, fractured her ribs, allegedly, right? And so we were then even told that Ballistic got involved in women's mess and he supposedly put his hands on Amber Ali. Now, I'm bringing up these situations to tie it in to the situation with Big Lex because this is nothing new, right? Jocelyn has been on this type of behavior, this type of time for a while now. You know, what Jocelyn did to Big Lex the other night definitely reminded me of that reunion where she attacked Tammy, attacked Mimi, attacked Titi, and it just all seemed unwarranted, right? Now, while it was amazing TV, it was like, am I watching, you know, episode of Animal Planet where it's like we getting lions and zebras or tigers and zebras, whatever, or am I watching Love and Hip Hop? Now, y'all, the video with Big Lex was hella disturbing. Now, I get Big Lex popped her shit, but y'all, that was overkill what Jocelyn did. It definitely was. And so, like I said, I'm tying in all these situations just to show the build up to the last incident with Big Lex. And so, like I keep saying and reiterating, Jocelyn for the past few months has been in the blogs for negative after negative after negative after negative. And so now all these things have finally caught up to her, right? Now, I see a lot of backlash for this person, right? Ballistic Beats. Now, on the show, on Jocelyn Cabaret, Ballistic tends to play the voice of reason, the level-headed one, all these different things. Now, I have the picture of the cast of Marriage Boot Camp because we were able to get to see a deeper look into Jocelyn and Ballistic's dynamic on this show, right? Some stars that co-star with them on this show, CeeLo Green, Bianca, which is Chicken Noodle Soup, Love and Hip Hop, her baby daddy Choses, Monifa. You know, that was a nice cast with this group, right? But this definitely showed us that Ballistic is a bitch boy, right? We definitely saw Jocelyn control their dynamic. We definitely saw Jocelyn control their relationship. And back to the leg situation, we saw that even Ballistic couldn't stop Jocelyn, right? Jocelyn was just, I mean, she had the grade Z white girl that you could have, right? Because it's like, Jocelyn, what the fuck were you on to the point where all these cell phones are recording you and you couldn't even have no self-control to be like, okay, damn, now I'm being recorded. Now people see me, her titties out. Let me just stop. Instead, you just kept going, kept going, kept going. And you definitely seemed like you was on something. But then at one point, we see Ballistic yell in Big Leg's face, calling her a bitch, calling her all out her name, calling her stupid. And it was confusing to us because we didn't know what really took place, right? Now, we've seen multiple angles, we've seen multiple versions of the events from this night, but we're still confused on what led up to this moment, right? But there has been a lot of backlash towards Ballistic for his involvement in the situation between Jocelyn and Big Legs, right? We see a lot of backlash. Another person on receiving end of some backlash is Miss Melissa from Love and Hip Hop. Right now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with this, sir, he appeared on Love and Hip Hop and was in a love triangle with Mimi Falls, Ariane Davis, in regards to Mimi, right? That was a love triangle of like Aaron is the side chick, she's the main, Mimi was her girl, but that was even some issue with her being friends with Joseline between her and Mimi, right? Mimi ultimately gave Melissa an ultimatum like, hey, if you're gonna be cool with Joseline, we can't be together, right? And so we saw Melissa's involvement in this situation the other night. You know, Melissa got her kicks in, Melissa definitely got some punches in, and there was even a situation where Joseline got so out of control that she just started hitting anybody in sight. She hit a random Hispanic lady, and this lady chose to retaliate by throwing a drink on Joseline. Now, that lady is better than me because I probably would have tackled the shit out of Joseline and took her ass down and made sure, you get what I'm saying, we got that issue off. But Melissa chose to chase the lady down that threw the drink on Joseline and punch her. Now, we haven't seen Melissa be dealt with yet by the courts, but we definitely saw Joseline get her ass locked up from this situation. Now, the T on this mugshot is not from her attacking Big Lex. This mugshot is from another situation that took place after the Big Lex situation. There were 4 different counts during her arrest. One was evading, another was trespassing. There were multiple charges during this arrest and this mugshot. But those are 2 of the 4. Now, if you pay attention closely to Joseline in this picture, you can see her lip is a little busted. Now, I don't know if that was that stiletto to the lip or a punch Big Legs through or what, but it just showed y'all, even after the white girl, wore off, Joseline was still like, she looks deranged. Like, look at this picture. She looks deranged, right? And so, y'all, this situation didn't make me feel good. This situation wasn't funny at all. And it's really sad because Joseline is talented. Joseline is entertaining. And Joseline could be a reality TV legend if she moved right. Instead, Joseline don't know how to walk away from situations, right? And so we see constant negative press, toxicity around her, right? And it's just disheartening. It's disheartening because she's a mom. You get what I'm saying? She's a single mom at that. We know Stevie is not really involved in Bunny Bella's upbringing. And so, y'all, this is really sad. This is sad because it's like nothing warranted what she did to Big Lex that night. Even with the trash talk, Joseline was a dog with a bone. And hell, I would have pressed charges on her ass and got her ass locked up too. So, yeah, shout out Big Lex for standing on the right side of history and doing what she had to do. Hell, I would have been swinging both my heels. Fuck that bullshit. There's no way I would have been getting my ass tagged on camera like that for the world to see. But hey, that's neither here nor there. Now, while Joseline and Melissa was down in Miami cutting up with Big Legs, being the main fight after the pre-fight, Ariane Davis was arrested in New York for alleged domestic abuse situation, right? So let's just go on and read this. Former Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star Ariane Davis was arrested in New York City on a domestic violence charge. According to sources, police officers responded to a 911 call at the New York City area hotel where Ariane and a woman were staying. When officers arrived, they found the woman with scratches on her face, neck, and cheek. She says they resulted from an argument that turned physical. The woman refused medical attention, but police had enough to book Ariane for misdemeanor domestic assault. Okay. Now, y'all, this took place the same exact night of Joseline, Melissa, Big Lex, Yummy P, all this, right? And y'all, what are the odds, right? What are the odds? So there has been a lot going on between the Love and Hip Hop girls in regards to uh assault and abuse and all these different terms. And so let's just send some prayers their way because y'all, this is just some toxicity. I really do feel like we in the last days at this point. This is just pure foolishness. This is the shit we want to see on the Love and Hip Hop family reunions, not the bullshit we getting like Chrissy, Mama Jones, uh, and Jim Jones or Spice and no, we want this. We want the real stuff, right? And so, yeah, y'all, this is just pure foolishness at this point. And so, for those of you who keep up with Zeus, Jocelyn's Cabaret, they are currently taping the fourth season of Jocelyn's Cabaret in New York. And so I'm interested to see how this plays out as for the show. Will they put the show on pause? Will Jocelyn release a statement? Big Lex is yet to really come out and say anything regarding the situation, which I'm sure she's embarrassed. If you know Big Lex, you know she plays this hood tough chick, so I know going outside like that was tough for her. But y'all, this situation wasn't your ordinary one-on-one fight situation. This was some ghetto wild hyena bullshit, and it was just y'all watching this on social media. I literally had to like mouth was on the floor and had to like pick it up. I was just too through. I was too through. So yeah, y'all, comment down below. What are your thoughts on this situation? Are you team Big Legs? Are you team Jocelyn? Did you agree with the situation? Do you feel like talk shit get hit, or do you feel like you should have decorum in public? Don't forget to like this video. Like I said, don't forget to comment and engage with this topic. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and be on the lookout for more in regards to hot topics, any type of mess like this, foolishness, or anything else that's worth renting. Peace.